little GoPro battery in there, which will probably last like, 2 minutes like it normally does. But get our knee pad because we're gonna spend a little time on our knees today. Happy Sunday morning. What is today? Today is the 7th. So we'll be changing the tires out on this today. You've seen me change tires before, so I don't think you need to watch me break my shoulder. And we've already done an oil change to this. I've already greased the fittings. There's a grease fitting missing on the spindle over here. Let's see if I have one. What we have though in front of us is and some of you may already know what it is. I guess it's a drawbar. I would say drawbar or a belly pan deck bracket. So the folks that own this GR are missing the deck bracket, and although some of this is not rocket science, if you're following along today, you'll realize that there are quite a few little parts with this project, and most of it is pretty self-explanatory, like these pins. I probably could have utilized my own cotter pins, but you'll have a few nuance parts here and you'll be like, what in the world? So I think it's Messick's is where I found this picture at. Same thing with these. I probably could have gotten these for half the cost at Ace Hardware, but for convenience I gave them look, they even come in 2 different bags. That's interesting. I'm sure they're the same part number. Yeah, same part number, 2 different bags. For convenience, it was just easier to talk to Kubota and say, hey, listen, I need this, and can you get me the everything in the parts graphic here that I have? This is simple. I'll probably put that on with a little something tacky. Probably the most difficult part here is figuring out which way this goes on your bracket. As I imagine that if you put that in the wrong way, it won't fit in your common sense would say up there. I mean, for what you're getting here, this is just some, they didn't even give you a bead all the way across it, which in my opinion is pretty shitey work. The powder coat that they get looks like it has seeds in it, this batch, and the reason I know that is because for a short period of time in my life I worked in a powder coating company, or industry I should say, 2 different companies at 2 different points in my life, and you can see some seeds. It could be imperfection in the metal work, but definitely looks like seed in the powder coat. And there are some spots in my opinion that look like they probably should have been powder coated better, because I guarantee you with this shoddy welded job here, how hard would it have been to take that bead across there? This was the new welder. You can see there's even a divot there. I don't weld that great, and I can probably weld better than that, but that's neither here nor there. What we need to put down first are the 2 non-locking washers. Now, they kind of separated these out a little bit for me. So the cotter pins, this is a shim of some sort or another. And then these 2 guys here for adjusting out your height. I don't know if there's this prescribed, hopefully you can see what I'm working on. I don't know if there's a prescribed depth to set these at. And we'll get the micrometer out though, and I was a little upset because the guy who I believe owns the local lift dealership down the street from me, or from my mom, I should say. I called over. I know he's not the parts manager, but I think the guy that lives down the street from my mom actually is a owner of Lyft. I'm gonna have a talk with him because his parts manager didn't call me back. I don't do a lot of Kubota work, but I occasionally get like grasshoppers in here, or deal with grasshoppers out in the wild that are have Kubota engines in them, and it would be nice to be able to get a direct parts set up with some of these guys, considering that I mean I have a limited liability company, and then it would be nice to have. Ooh, that was my wrist. That ability to get these parts a little bit less expensive, maybe either to make a couple more bucks to make this venture more worthwhile, or to pass on the savings to customers. Now, this is as you can see, this one is not threaded very well. I must have put the new kit on the threader. I mean, it's definitely not doesn't feel like the bolt. It definitely feels like the thread all the way down that first section there is a little bit off, kind of like me. And I'll assume that we can start probably somewhere around there. God, these chairs always seem to be in my way. Gravity and physics, everything's at odds there. So close enough. I don't know what's wrong with this vise, because son of a bitch, I can't get the son of a bitch to stay like gear wrench out or whatever. I don't know how you call it. It definitely only goes in one direction. So, and someone's gonna go, "Huh, you been in those like that?" Yeah. Honestly, I would have used a cotter pen, but obviously there's a reason why they did that, I guess. And we'll peen that over. Let's see if we can. I'm trying not to hit that or break that. You can bend, I would think that you can bend them in one direction. Whatever, I mean, yeah. I don't think there's really a right way or wrong way. I think just as long as you can. Like I said, the chair's always in the way, isn't it? See, it doesn't ratchet out. I don't know if that's on purpose. That's how this vise is set up, but I can't complain. It was a free vise, so I mean, I can complain, but I shouldn't. Be thankful for what you got. A lot of people out there don't have anything. All right. Look, those chairs are in the way again. Good God. All right. And now we'll put these two locking washers going behind it. Based on observations. Bracket goes up. And then, let's see if this thing will actually, nope, so I'll have to hide my secret squirrel sauce password. And it's just the locking washers on the outside. I guess some of the items are in. Bags, zip bags. And then these have nylocks on the outside for obvious reasons. But I will probably just tighten these nylocks down enough that the threads stick out or are locked in, and then adjust the deck with a wedge to try to lift it up and down. What I need to figure out is, because I don't quite understand how that unit works. This must have some type of spring in it. It looks like it sits on this side of the unit. That bar over there is a pain in the butt. I'm gonna have to look at some dialogue, or diagrams I should say. But there's a mechanism here, so let's get rid of some of these bags because these are empty and I don't need to keep looking at them. Dun, dun, dun. Make sure they're empty. Dun, dun. All empty. Empty, empty, empty. So the funny part of this one here is, I guess, the spring, which if any of you have heard me fight with springs before, I mean, you know, they are a joy of my life. I mean, they are great at doing what they need to do, but now see, I feel like there is something else that needs to go. So the spring must go in between here. Yep. But why wouldn't that? Oh, okay, I see. So the spring does go in there. Spring must load up on there. And then I can see that's an easy way for our pen to get lost. So the pen looks like, based on the diagram, goes on this side of the spring. And I guess I'm going to have to hammer that in as well. And stuff. Yeah. I wish I knew where my lady's pen. This will be fun. I don't think any side is tapered more than the other. It is just going to be fun. Fun. That's going to be fun. Let's figure this out again without trying to beat the snot out of this thing. Hey, there's nothing like dropping parts. That's my favorite thing. It's so nice. Let's see if we can get this end of that right in my butt. Hey, look. I was looking for that for like 6 months. Not really. I was trying to forget that project. Come on a joyous ride of. Let's look down here for the part that I just dropped. And I probably won't be able to find for an hour now because my torque as well. That fell down there the other way. All right, so that was fun. Let's put this chagrin show back on the El Benche. And let's see if we can get this in a position to apply some leverage. Look, sawdust. Dude, that is probably a shitty setup in my opinion. Yeah, look. Started. That was my elbow. It definitely has started, but the problem is, it wants to keep moving in these teeth. Could have probably put a little grease in that too. I want to try to keep the spring down on that side, I guess, and hit this as straight as you can. And you probably want to make sure that and I imagine you probably need to get similar even lengths on both sides, and I really hope I didn't put this in wrong because I don't think that's coming back out, but it appears that that would be a locking position, and it looks like it is probably about right for putting that bar in place. So it then locks, and here you can lock that in the up position, and then when you need to drop it down to adjust your bar, you can put it there, and hopefully, as long as I got the right parts. Hey, look. I guess maybe this helps to hold this up. I don't know. It's gonna work for today. I do that. Oh yeah. I had to, in order to get it around, I had to pull that out too. Now, of course, it's out on both sides. Yeah. And some engineer is like, yo, this is great. This great idea. My greatest invention yet. It's my greatest invention yet. Don't you know? I'll never use one of these, but this is my greatest invention. I love it. Hi, 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 hi. And then that should now allow you to lift your deck up. And as I suspect it, we're going to have to figure out how to at least make that deck sit level. Gotta change the tires yet. That'll be fun. This is a little monkeying around with the old tire iron. I really need to find myself an apprentice who will work for peanuts and beer. And I'm fat. Holy moly. I need to go for a run or something. I'm gonna have a heart attack doing this. So that's that. So if you ever wanted to know how to assemble one of those, that's it. So $215 is what that bracket costs. You know, hopefully they don't lose parts from it over the years, you know, swapping in between snowblower and mower. You can see that the deck has been dragging in the yard pretty hard. I don't know, maybe we'll take it down there for a little ride. You can see it's just bent to crap. So there's some other points of contention on this this unit. I mean, the back end of this is pretty well slathered in what I would imagine is hydraulic fluid, sorry. I mean, it is a neat little unit. If I was going to spend the money, I probably would have just spent a couple extra $1,000 on a BX35, but there's some definite issues or shortcomings here, like this interior hood. This hood, I'm not sure why they have the hood set up that way, but you know, an infinite wisdom of you know, most engineers, they put the hottest part of the unit right up against the weakest part of a unit, which is plastic. This coolant cap is busted, so you know, and someone tried to it's funny, I didn't notice that till today, but someone tried to put some schmutz in there, or maybe that is part of, you know, the plastic too. Yeah, it could be a part of the plastic, but it's been riding like that for a little while. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put see if I got an O-ring somewhere. I don't want it, probably supposed to have an O-ring in there, I don't know. Don't look at the manual, but this was serviced at like 549 hours by Kubota. It was bought from Kubota of Reading. I mean, overall, I mean, you know, it isn't terrible. But it has like 600 and some hours on it, so at least we got the deck from hanging off the bottom there. Hey, so you don't need me to watch me replace tires. I'm gonna use the bottle jack to gently. I do like the smell of diesel though. Burnt diesel, dyno juice. So basically what I'm going to do is we'll loosen these while it's on the ground, because I don't want to mess with the transfer case here. So when you're loosening these lug nuts on the side, do it while the tire's down. That'd be easier on the unit. Greased some of the, like I said, greased some of the fittings already. So hopefully we'll be able to get this back to these people today, so long as I can get those tires on and off without too much difficulty. The Redding Kubota was, forthright with me, and they told me that they had done a full service on this. Like I said, at 549 hours. I did get some of the service records, but they were missing. They were missing the last one, I guess. I feel like the last one was done in 2019, but maybe it was done in 2018. But they did the coolant, they did the hydraulic fluid, they did the oil and fuel filters, engine oil filter, hydraulic oil filter. Checked the transfer case oil level. I mean, they have it pretty well detailed. We'll check the transfer case level, but I'm not going through the expense of doing the coolant on this. I will probably add some coolant though to the overfill box there. I did check the radiator. The radiator does have enough coolant, and it is full. So we'll level the deck out, and then basically I'm just going to level it out by adjusting these nuts in the front until the deck is at its prescribed height. And we'll be using a speed square to check those variances, and try to get it to it looks like 2 3/4 there in the front. Make sure we have a level deck, which of course I probably won't be able to get a true reading on that because the deck does look a little twisted up. So I think we'll probably start here and try to bring it up to that spot, and we might have to turn these in a little bit further to get to that position, and that pretty much negates my micrometer reading, but different thoughts sometimes change. All right, have a great day. What I ended up doing then was after getting the one side as close as I could to the correct spot, I want to kind of tilt it just a tiny bit, but since it's hydraulic, I mean there are hangers for the hydraulic deck to go up and down, but what I did then was tighten up, got the first side to the right side, use a depth gauge on the micrometer, got the second side down to the correct depth, and then tightened the nut on the back to try to get that as level as possible. I think we're good with that. That's it's a shame that was hanging and dragging like that for a while and bumping into stuff, but at least now he'll be able to control his deck. The deck won't be running into the back wheels, hopefully, and have a quick disconnect drawbar, or there might have been something else that was on there at one point, I don't know. And yeah, we got it for having a bent up deck. We tried to get it in there as best we could. These hangers, and I'm surprised these hangers didn't break off or fall off. And we'll move on to further destruction here. Just so you know, and I can hear Dad in my head right now going, short bolt, don't use deep socket. But let's see if we can use the good old impactor, the impactor cracker. I have to admit, I was only after the batteries with the impactor. Where did I put that bar at? Where did I put the bar? And the other day I was like, oh, I don't know where my valve stem tool is at. Well, so I went and I bought another one, and then I couldn't find that one. You know the story. You guys know that story. You know how that goes. But I've used these for years to remove valve stems. You don't want to get that up too high. You just want to try to keep it as uniformed as possible. He really should have new bolts or boots on both sides. This one did not want to come out very nicely. Threads don't look terrible, but yeah, they're a little tough to pull out. Look at that. And you're looking at these two. You want to look at it, just inspect everything inside. You know, Honda made a 4-wheel drive unit, and that was really nice for years. And I mean, I don't think the plays had a whack too bad on that, so it doesn't look like it. I mean, it could be leaking and weeping, but it doesn't appear to be leaking and weeping. You know, maybe weeping a little bit, but I'm not going to expose things that I shouldn't be exposing at this point in time, because just trying to get this guy back to mowing, and we're going to break the bead on this. Like I said, you've seen me do this a couple times before. The other reason I like this little set of needle nose is because it can really, I wish it would be nice if they were spring loaded in the direction I'd like to have them spring loaded in, because just keep your eyeballs out of the way. I can hang on to it when removing it. And then we're going to pull out the old trusty pile of crap in the corner. Yeah. You see how often I like to do tires, don't you? Yeah, just trying to find places for the 300,000 plus items that we have in our lives. This is a struggle. Come here. That crap down here should just go in the garbage. Look, there's a spider there. Sorry, Mr. Speedy, or I should say probably Mrs. Speedy. Come on. The struggle is real. All right. Missed the mark there. This is why and I mean, technically it would be nice to have this bolted to the ground, but when you use these horrible freight tire changers, just make sure just you miss the valve stem if you can. It might have been better to just buy these on ram too, because that baby, I don't want to separate very well. Guess it's off. Yeah, it just feels, I don't know why it feels like it's hung there, but that actually might be big enough for me to get onto this horrible freight tire changer. Huh, that'll be the first. will all be. Yeah, you can't do regular mower tires on this one, that's for sure. Uh-oh. The inside different? Oh, yeah. Well, we'll go with it. Yeah, we're gonna. I think there'll be some colossal damage if I do it that way. I don't know if that. We gotta get the. Use a small tire iron to try to get that first part of that bead up over this. These tires are definitely a little tough. Try to bring it as close as you can to the, so you don't have to put too much pressure on that rim, but see, and you're that tire has a weird come on. I guess I need tire iron number 2 coming out. Put it in play. There you go. And that's I just don't like chipping the paint, because what'll happen is that'll rust at some point in life, and I guess I could use a little soap if I can find the soap. Yeah, there it is. I don't even know what you can see. Sorry, you can't see crap. You can't see crap, but I don't know what I ran in the back of that every time I gotta squirt something out. Let's see what. Yep, so see, look, someone doesn't want to follow directions, most likely. Yeah, I didn't want to say ass, but it looks like these gloves. Here you can hear some of these chagrins. I'll have to block out that number later. Oh.
Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
What are you doing?
Waking up. What's up?
What do you mean waking up? Dude, I was at your house yesterday. I called. This is the second day in a row I showed up all the way out there. You're not around. The hell?
I found his phone. I know you're coming up yesterday. You got late.
I told you I'd be over. I didn't know you were going out.
Well, it kind of just worked out that way.
Where'd you go? Anywhere good?
Actually, yeah. I had to go get my butcher block, my countertop, and then since we were out there, Heather was like, "Yo, well, we just have a shitty Maples." I was like, "Really? Okay, fine."
Why you didn't need to go out there? That's for
That's for furniture.
That's for gluttonous people.
It's for butcher block, for my butcher block.
Butcher block.
Yeah.
What do you need a butcher block for?
Counter.
You don't need a butcher block.
I do. I got the cabinet problem.
Well, what are you gonna do today? You gonna sleep the day away?
No.
Would you stay up and play video game?
It's like 4:35.
Would you stay up and play video games all night?
No. Heather had to wake up for work, so I was worried that she didn't get to bed till like 9. And wake up work at 2. So I was like, I couldn't sleep, so I was
that sucks.
then I got her off and she went to work. And fall asleep.
Well, you gonna come over and hang out today or what?
I can come drop my stuff off. I can't hang out. I still gotta get in my yard. I gotta put
You don't,
shit in my mom's yard.
you don't have to do anything. You can come hang out. Go get your dad's pressure washer.
I come over later.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go to Sam's Club at some point, but I don't want to miss you again. I want to drive all the way over there, and then you're not around. Yeah. Well, I don't have GPS on you like Heather does.
Well, you gotta call me, man.
What's that?
You gotta call me.
I tried calling you last time. You didn't pick your phone up. I had to face message your sister. I didn't want to do that, but
Well, I didn't answer.
funny guy. You're a funny guy.
So I did get one battery.
You did?
Yeah, one battery.
Was it? I thought, yeah. Well, you got the $30 one, didn't you?
Yeah.
You bought the $30 one.
No, it was like 300 cold cranking amps.
All right. How much was it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, you bought the $30 one.
I don't think so.
I'm all right.
Oh, God.
I think you bought the $30 one.
Well, I'm returning it then because I don't want the $30.
Yeah, and I'm only saying that because when you said it was like $40 some at Slam's Club, that was a pretty good price. I won't lie. For 300 cold cranking amps. All right, I'm removing tires right now, so.
No, you got the, I'm going to use it shortly.
Well, well, then bring whatever you're bringing over today. I got it out. Let's go.
No, I don't have a tire. I don't have tires yet.
What do you mean you don't have the tires yet?
I ordered them from Lawnmower Tire Club.
Well, they should be here.
Oh, and also my dad, no. I need to swap my car. He needs the BMW because he's going to buy my Durango, so.
Why is he driving the Durango around? Why is he driving the Durango around? He doesn't like the BMW?
He likes he does like the BMW, but he likes, it'll take like 7 people or whatever, really.
All right.
So he's trying to seats. It's really, tight back there.
Yeah.
And he does love my Durango. He's even like, wanna swap? The BMW is nice. It just does some weird shit.
Sort of like you. Just does some weird shit.
One of the weirdest things it does, it has a combination of from the 90s where the seatbelt would come back here and well, there, it's in this
Come do some work. Get up. You're a bum. Get up.
Fuck you. I got like 3.5 hours.
It's not my fault you stayed up all night partying.
Oh, this is where his kid is at. If I can pick it up first.
All right. Later, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Let me know when you're leaving your house and you go to your mom's or whatever. I don't want to have to try to track you down. If you take that oil filter with you, I'll catch up with you. Thanks, bud. Have a good day. Bye. Look, someone else is texting in now. Sorry. This way I don't try to figure out the video editing. Let's see, give me a minute. The old tire changing thing is, what really sucks is I have like a cut on my hand here, and it hurty. I had charged for getting disposal of tires too, because I'm tired of being tired and changing tires. How about that? It's definitely, yeah, see, it sucks because I actually think that looks like somebody really ran on something there. Let me so I'm not ripping the tire when I'm trying to drag it across there. And we'll hit it with some paint, I guess. I probably can't find some matching paint, but we'll at least get some paint in those areas so they don't rust further. And see, I mean, I guess it kind of scraped most of that rust away, but there was definitely some rust in there, and these are just powder coated. Check the back sides. See, the outside usually gets a little bit more damaged up because people smack into stuff, and you can see this inside looks pretty good. I really hate this bottle though. If anybody has a chemical resistant bottle that is actually chemical resistant, because excuse me, that's what Lowe's, or I think it was Home Depot actually, these came from Home Depot. They stated that they were chemical resistant, but I mean, I just have Dawn dish soap in there, and I do not think that they're very chemical resistant. So the fun part. Now, I am definitely not a tire expert, but usually what I try to do is I put these on the inside. I do not think that these have any particular direction. Sometimes they do, you have to look. And I'm just looking at these to see what if there's any pertinent information on here. It just says, this just says max 24 psi. Thought I heard somebody's door shut. Neighbor across the street. So, you know. This is where having it staked down somewhere would be nice. I'm gonna try not to slice this tire. But it looks like it's gonna. Give me a little bit of a hard time, anywho. And see if we can fit one of these small bars. Yeah, gotta flip the tire upside down, I guess. I don't want to do that, but maybe we can do it from the bottom without flipping it. Nope. Maybe we can just push it on too, but I highly doubt it because I don't have it ground out. This is where the shoulder hurts. And you want to make sure you don't smack yourself in the head either, but we're going to flip this tire around and put it on from the bottom, I guess. Because get out of the way. It's too much bite at one time. There you go. One side in. And put it back down. Hopefully get this other side in without too much hurt and pain. So that shoulder is a little gnarly anymore. And every time I do one of these, I'm like, it's the last one I'm doing. And I do another one. Oh my God. Well, there's that bar. The little irons seem like they're a lot easier to manipulate than that big iron. So trying to push this on. And get the eye boogers out of my eye. And sometimes these are putting them on, sometimes it's easier to do on the ground, as you can see. So I'll probably end up putting this one back on the ground, even though I went through the effort of putting it on here. It's just easier to do on the ground. At least for me. I'm sure some other people it's easier to do on the stand, but I isn't it amazing how one side goes in great and the other side is problematic. So if someone wants to buy me a good tire machine and send it this way, I mean, I guess I would be willing to do more tires, but be careful of that valve stem. There's a lot of stretch in that tire that I didn't want to put in there, but come on, seriously. Didn't want to budge for me. That bead will be stretched out because the tire is a little tough yet. Come on. The Hoosiers were a lot easier to put on. Woo! And let's see if we can blow up, make sure the gasoline's not right next to me. We'll let it get loud. What the hell? Where the hell's that at? You biscuit. That didn't work quite the way Not anticipated, huh? One new tire. And I think we'll touch up some of those spots before we put it on there. That may start to rust. And I think I got some white paint somewhere. Some Rust-Oleum. Trying not to get the tires. Trying not to get the tires too much. But nice if I had a little cut out something that and just sort of that'll work. It's not white, or it's not cream, whatever. Looks like cream. And this thing is cold as shit. Good shit, it really isn't cold. And I was just more concerned about that outer edge, and the same thing on this side. Really just concerned about that outer edge. I'm trying to prevent rust from setting in over its useful life. And I guess because it all came off while removing that ram. Should just paint them white, but like I said, really just trying to keep some of it. It's a work tool, you know what I mean? And I got paint all over my fingers. Can never, yeah, look, and I wiped it right off like a dum-dum. Ha ha, ha ha. I was really trying to keep it out of the cracks there, but it was fast drying. Good enough, whatever. Try to do a good deed, I guess, you know, do a good job. And let's side one. I don't even know how long that took, but I feel like it took at least an hour. Now I have to look back through the video. I didn't see any Loctite on these, so I'm not replacing it with Loctite. I'll give it a little pump because I need some maneuvering. Yeah, feels a little saucy. And then highly recommend that you don't just go straight out of the gate with the impactor cracker. I would always recommend at least getting a couple good turns on that before letting all hell rip loose. So all right, one tire down, next tire to go. I don't think you need to watch, but I think I wanted that on the inside. Oops. I guess I'll make sure the other one's on the outside. I think I wanted that on the inside. Although the meat is heavier here than on the outside, maybe it'll wear better. Maybe that was what was wrong with the original ones. We'll make sure we try to match up the other side the right way. Alright, tired of wearing this. We will turn this on. Look, I hate when people put goo in their tires. So I guess we'll record at least the opening of this valve and bead breaking part of it, because it looks like there's some special sauce in there. Like I said, don't have your eye right in front of it. Wear safety glasses, unlike me. You know, because I mean, I've been doing this long enough, I should know better, but still refuse to be safe about stuff. Dumbass. How stupid do you have to be? I got something in my eye. Came right out, hit me right in the eye. Whatever goo was in there. Hopefully got a good shot of that. All for the interwebs, right? Don't think, just do. Yeah, Hodgin sticks. Do you give an extra surcharge for cleaning goo? Look, it's all over the tire changer. God, I got that in my eyeball. There's dog shit on the tire. Yeah. God dang it. Should probably go put some eye drops in my eye. That'd be the smart thing to do. Look, what is it? What is it? It's not even good goo. Whatever it is not good goo. It is horrible goo. Oh my God. That snot at the inside of that tire up so good. Whew. Like I said, sometimes this thing just isn't as this inside one really is a bugger. The bead lock is so far down there. Ah, dude, it is hard to get a grip in there because it's so far down. I should say the rim is deep. It's a deep dish. I mean, probably makes sense, but holy crap. It's easier to take off on the front, so. Clean up in aisle 10. Yeah, easier to take off on the front or on the top. And I guess that's because when they put it on, if they have a manual tire changer, I don't know how an automatic tire changer works with regards to small tires like this. I mean, I've operated one time with a regular SUV tire, but damn, I got stuff in my eye. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Of course, there's no tip on that. You know, that's how that goes, don't you? And like I said, as you can see here, like hit stuff, you know, it's rusted. So here's what it is. The coming off part's not very hard, is it? Holy crap. Oh my god. So this tire must have had a nice leak at one point. I just want you to go through, that's all. Crisscross. That stuff is applesauce. Look at that goo. Oh my god. Whatever that is does not work. All right, look at that. Oh my god. That, sir, is an atrocity. Holy moly. Oh my god. I'm glad more of that stuff didn't blow out my eyeball. That is straight up nasty. And that can go in the garbage. Shoulder. So the valve stem, and then that on the outside. It would definitely be a lot easier if I had to document that. This guy looks like it's been rounded before. Not really sure. The 9/16 did work, but and as you can see, I spilled some oil down in there, which is lovely. 9/16 does have a little slop in it, but it shouldn't be enough to round it off, you know what I mean? So it looks like somebody tried to get on that with something else at some other point. I like to use the box sockets because they're less susceptible than the ones that are like 12 point or whatever that tend to wear out. And sorry for putting your head first in there. I really put myself in a predicament because should have thought about removing that bracket, you know, the one I just assembled, and that way it would be easier to, and like I said, sorry about putting baby in the corner. I'm gonna have to look and see what the torque is on that, but I think that's probably more than sufficient. But I should have really thought about how I was gonna get this in and out. And as you can see, that looks like a very nice, delicious, black, gooey mess. I'm really surprised that was, I mean, I know diesel does run a little bit dirtier, per se, but I'm really surprised at how dark that is for being at 100 hours, I guess. It's changed at 540. It is over 100 hours, but I've changed that. That carbon buildup in there, huh? Already making that thing dirty. Yeah, they might have a little oil drip there. And hopefully there's no oil dripping from the bottom of the bolt. And that should be good. Tires. Let's remove the stupid oil filter that they put in a very precarious place. I mean, you know, isn't that the best place for an oil filter? That's where you appreciate the simplicity of some of the units. You know, and you could probably squeeze, but the problem is, you know, really got to be careful of that plastic. So we're going to try to keep some of this mess off of the unit because it's already got enough oil and grease on it. And I remember what I did with that oil filter somewhere. Huh. Oh, it's in the service box that's in the house. Because, you know, even though, yeah, you know, I mean, you know, but, you know, it's someone else's equipment. So I try to service it to the best of my ability with, you know, I'm going to tell you, a service technician probably doesn't even give two craps, and you know, they may not even use Kubota oil at Kubota. You know, they may, you know, they could be doing something else just to save a couple bucks. And it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, it comes from the ground. Now, if somebody didn't jam this on as hard as they could, that'd be great, but it seems like some technician decided they needed to jam that on the ground, on the unit as hard as they could. And it's not gonna matter anyway, because I'm gonna get oil everywhere, percolating on my floor, which I really don't want. So I'll try to avoid that if I can. But when they have a filter on the side like this, it's inevitable. Yep. Longest threads ever. Jeez. And here she is. I'll leave that rag under there a minute. Add one more drainer to the drainee. Wipe my hands free, and yeah, I don't want to use the goo rag. I think we'll grab the Kubota oil filter, OEM Kubota filter, and it's made in Indonesia, so you can tell it's high quality product. Someone will be angry at me because I'm going to use some used oil to lubricate this gasket. It is an O-ring, not a flat gasket. And I suppose if I can find a magic marker somewhere, I will write on the outside how many hours are on the unit. And I don't know if there's a service minder. I guess I'm gonna have to look and see. 633.6. I'm gonna have to look and see how to reset the service minder so that doesn't pop up. 633.6. So let's, I don't know what the date is today. Is it the 8th? Does that look like 23? How badly is it going to wipe off? You know. I'm sure by the time I get it back in here, it'll be completely gone. So, but maybe not. Nothing like putting some wires right there. A wiring harness. Right where you can strip out the oil filter, right? Phenomenal. Kubota. It's basically the same style as the Harley Davidson ones, if I remember, but what we'll do, because this thing violently shakes, and we'll also get a silver marker out and write on that. And you don't want to squeeze the insides of these, but you just give it a gentle tightening without squeezing it too hard. It's probably more than enough, because I cannot turn it off by hand. And that's all I really care about right now. Yeah, we'll throw some oil down in that neck. Find a clean funnel. That sounded terrible in there. Got a paper towel, wipe that out. A little carb cleaner. Shoot that in the top of a box. Getting high. I don't need that many, but oh yeah, it's not gonna work anyways, is it? I guess if I hold it there. It's phenomenal. That's a great great position there, Kubota. Yeah. Really wish people would do 25 through here. I think you've heard me say that before. I put the drain plug back in, right? Yeah, that's just gonna fall right out. Yeah. Ingenuity or stupidity. A little bit of both. So how do I grow this business and do a larger entity? See, stupidity, but you know what? That actually worked out really well down there. Supposed to be 2.2 quarts, right? I don't know. You should have looked before you started adding. Be nice if they would have told you right here, but oh, here we go. 2.8 liters or 3 quarts. So it should be 3 quarts exactly. Front axle case, 2 quarts. Radiator, 2.2 quarts. Reserve tank supposed to have 0.26 quarts. And the mower gearbox should have 0.16 quarts. So again, I don't even know what I spent on all this stuff, but I'm gonna have to look. And the fun part here is going to be replacing the fuel filters on this thing, because look, you'd think I would have learned from the first one. And hopefully that is the correct prescribed amount. And I really do wish that they had a larger neck on that, but thanks. We'll do some type of finagling there. put the cap on the valve cover here so it doesn't try to keep the crap out of there, right? And I guess we'll start it without these right in the front of that. Get it running through the filter, and I'll probably fall over anyway. I mean, couldn't sound any rougher, could it? Is rougher a word? More rough? More rough. Try not to get any fuzzies in there. I honestly don't know if you're supposed to check this with the dipstick down inside. I guess I'll have to do a little homework, but it says 3 quarts. And it definitely looks like 3 quarts went in. At least that's what I recorded. I would imagine that with these, it is a push down in, and it definitely is full. We need to change the fuel filter. This one shouldn't be too bad, but the other one may be. The other fuel strainer will be a pain in the hiney boat. We'll figure this out and see if I got my pinchers in here, so I have to get diesel all over the floor. And it's 10:30. I think we're gonna take a break. We've been at